Hey everybody, you clicked on this video because you're an upcoming voice actor or you want to break into voice acting and start working on animation and video games. You are in the right place because I'm going to drop some valuable information that's going to help you on your journey so you can break in and start to see success in your career. And before we do that, my name is Daniel Sean Smith. I'm a full-time voice actor. I work for Nintendo, various animation and video games, and we're going to be breaking down my story, how I started to get consistent work in animation and video games, and how you can use these tools to help you out as well. So the main thing I want to talk about is because I can talk all day about, which agent you should get, how to get an agent, the acting ability that you need, which platforms to use, which websites to go on, which ones not to go on, which microphone to use, all that stuff, and all that is important. I will talk about that in later videos. But the main thing you need is to develop a gritty mindset. You have to harden that shell. You have to be able to handle the rejection that you're going to face. And it's not personal. And I know that's hard not to comprehend that it's not personal. You're like, you did all this work and they're not picking me. Of course it's personal. It's not. But you have to really lock in and keep going forward no matter how many setbacks you're getting, because in reality, those aren't setbacks, right? Those are things that push you forward and it makes you figure out what to do and what not to do. And when you develop this mindset, you're really beating out your competition, right? And yes, your main competition is yourself, don't get me wrong, but you are competing against other people for certain roles. But what you have to realize is I started doing this 5 years ago. I first started voiceover 5 years ago, and I'm now full-time. If I were to look back and see all the people that I started with, or the people that were still doing it when I was doing it, 90% of them aren't doing it anymore, right? So when you start to realize that this is a long game, this is a marathon, and yes, you may have heard that so many times, but to really feel it wholeheartedly and to have it in your bones that if I stay on the path, if I treat this as a long run, as a marathon, I can outbeat everybody else that is trying to do this, right? And it's no shame in people that end up quitting, but I want you to realize that if you stick with it, you go through the trials and tribulations, you go through your struggles, you can come out on the other end. And I'm a living example of that. Yes, I don't have it all figured out. I'm not the most established voice actor, but I am making a living doing this, right? I don't have to work a full-time corporate job anymore. And it put me in a position where I'm very thankful. I'm grateful. I just recently worked on a big budget video game, Japanese RPG, that I only dreamed about years ago, right? It was something that seemed so distant and so far away that I started to not believe in myself anymore. I started to struggle and doubt myself and have anxiety, get nervous, and really think like, why am I even doing this anymore? But once I started to develop this gritty mindset, it put me in a position to win. And I want the same for you. I want you to stop tricking yourself into thinking you're not good enough. Stop tricking yourself to thinking that it's for other people and not yourself, because that's not true. And really focus and lock in on what you're trying to do. If you think about this all day, every day. Sorry, there's some wild animals out here, I think. I hope not. But if you think about this all day, every day, you live, sleep, breathe voice acting. You can't wait to get up and like, oh man, I can't wait to watch this anime so I can learn from these character arcs and how these actors are really honing in on their craft and really perfecting the voice acting art and trying just to get better every day. It's your calling. You can't control that stuff, right? You can't control what you desire, what things you want to accomplish in life. That comes to you. So when that happens for you, really don't try to push that away and think that you're not good enough, because it's not true, right? We're gonna take this to another location. All right, so really try to stop telling yourself that, and you can do this. You really can. I'm an average schmo, an average Joe guy. I'm not anyone special. I didn't have any connections, but I'm based in Los Angeles. I'm in one of the top LA acting agencies. I'm proud to say that. It's not to brag, but it's to show you you can do the same if you keep at it. I'm with Dean Panero Talent. It was my dream to do anime, Western animation, big budget video games, and I finally got in that agency, and I booked an AT&T commercial. Like I said earlier, I'm working on this Japanese RPG. I grew up playing Japanese RPGs. That was my dream to even be in one, And I just found out recently that they're having me do like 7 other characters. I'm doing a character that's a playable character, and he's vital to the story. He's a main character. I'm like, I had no idea. I just know I booked something, but I didn't know how big it was gonna be. But and it made me realize, like, I gotta make this video because I need to inspire other people to really show them that it's possible, right? Because 90% of the time, we're trying to get it. We're trying to work. We're trying to get better. We're trying to get these auditions and, really just get work. And I look back on myself 5 years ago, and I wish I could tell him that it's just gonna get better, So if I can be that for somebody, if I can tell you, and for you to really believe it's gonna get better as long as you stay in this, right? And, maybe you're working a job that you don't like, or maybe this is your dream and you're trying to figure out, like, okay, how can I utilize my time as best as possible so I don't have to, keep working this job that I hate. I hate my boss, my coworkers suck, there's all this unnecessary drama. Believe me, I dealt with all that. I went through all of that, and I don't have to deal with it anymore. I'm self-employed. I work when I work when I want, but I work every day still, but I'm not tied down to a schedule. If I want to take a day off, I don't have to ask my boss, is it okay if I take today off? Like, so this is possible, man. It's a dream, and it can be your dream as well if you really put in the work to do this. So remember, it's mindset, it's grit, it's determination, it's being relentless. It's not listening to people tell you, no, you can't do this, or are you sure you want to do that? That's crazy. And the beautiful thing is I'm based in Los Angeles. I want to that's the type of work I want to get into. But if you don't want to be based in Los Angeles, there's Texas where you can do anime. You don't have to be in a specific state anymore. Sorry, I thought there was something behind me. You don't have to be in a specific state anymore. You can do this anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. If you're not in the United States, right? You can do this anywhere in the world. Just set up your home studio, and you can work from home. That's what I do, Yeah, I'm based in LA, so a lot of the bigger clients, they want me to go in their studio, their recording studio, which is fine. I love it. I love meeting people. There's a big voice director that I worked with. He's very well established. He's worked for like Nickelodeon, big BioWare games. Like, this guy's huge, and he's so cool, down to earth, and that's the Japanese RPG I'm telling you about. So, next up, I want to work in anime. I'm putting this out there because I now believe in myself that I'm putting it out in the universe because I know it's going to happen. It's going to come to fruition because I'm that determined and that confident in myself now because of the mindset that I developed, right? I wish I would have made a video said, I will book an JRPG, 5 years ago. Because now I'm doing it. So now I'm making this on record now that I will book anime. And I'm gonna make a video when I finally do it. Same for you. What is your goal? You wanna be in commercials? You wanna become full-time? Really put it out there. Really tell yourself. You don't have to record a video, but tell yourself you can do it. And when that time comes, make a video thanking yourself that you didn't slack off, that you didn't listen to people telling you no, that you stayed on the path and you listened to someone like me telling you it's possible, Because it's hard, man. It's freaking hard. But really, really believe in yourself. And I know you can do it. And I don't just say that because I did it. I freaking did it, man. So, yeah. So if you found value in this video, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. And I want to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments. What struggles are you facing? Do you need help with your home studio, with your auditions, whatever it is? And I now offer coaching. I offer voiceover coaching. So if you're interested in voiceover coaching, send me an email, DM me on Instagram. All of my information's linked in my homepage. So I want to hear from you guys. I want to start giving back. I want to pay it forward. I think that's the right term. But because I'm now confident in myself that I'm doing it, and I want the same for you. So let me know, and I'll see you all in the next video.